On January 29th, 2023, in the quiet suburbs of Ohio, police were called to a home where a mother feared for her safety and for her child's. What began as relentless pounding at the door quickly escalated into a physical confrontation that left multiple people injured. What you're about to see is real body cam footage capturing the moments when past relationships, obsession, and anger turned into something much more dangerous.
She kept like knocking on the door, like hammering the door, ringing the doorbell. My baby's asleep, so I answered the door and I was like, "Can you please leave?" And at that time, she's like shoved on me trying to get in the house, and I was like shoved back. And I'm like, "No, my daughter's in here." And then she grabbed me by my throat, and that's what I held for Michael.
We'd never been together. Me and her were just friends.
It's terrifying to imagine being home with your baby and someone's pounding your door like that. Her voice trembling as she says, "My baby's asleep," hit me like a ton of bricks. No parent should ever have to shield their child from this kind of fear. That's sacred space being violated.
I don't know where to begin, and I'm going to be ungodly, truthfully honest. The gentleman that lives at that address has been my on and off boyfriend for the last almost 5 years.
We're gonna talk to.
So
What's going on, right?
the gentleman that lives in that house, that's the homeowner,
Okay.
he and I have been boyfriend, girlfriend for the last 5 years.
Okay.
I simply just came over to talk to him, to see what was going on.
Have you guys been having any issues over the last?
Yeah, well,
When a person walks up to an officer and says, "I want this woman dead," it's not just about emotional pain, it's about mental instability. That kind of anger is frightening, especially when it leads someone to drive across town just to start a confrontation. There's something deeply broken here.
it's the female party inside this house.
Okay.
She's basically been stalking me. She's made threats on social media. I have everything. I have all the police reports from where I live.
Okay.
I just simply came to talk to him, and shit got physical, ungodly, freaking quickly.
Okay.
I want this woman dead. I'm just gonna be straight up with you. I don't like this woman. She is all bad news.
Okay. So I know that's your belief, but also when you start talking about serious physical harm and stuff like that.
No.
The officer did the right thing by warning her that talk of harming someone is a criminal offense. You could tell she didn't fully grasp the gravity of what she was saying. Words carry power, especially when spoken in rage.
That can be portrayed as aggravated menacing, which is a criminal
Right.
act.
And I understand that.
What's your name, ma'am?
Michaela, Michaela.
Micha.
ELA. It's Michael with an A at the end.
And what's your last name?
Barrett, Bravo, Alpha, Romeo, Romeo, Echo, Travis, Travis.
Sorry, Derek, right?
Bravo.
Bravo. Okay.
Bravo, Alpha, Romeo, Romeo, Echo, Tango, Tango.
All right. Now I'm confused. Okay, you're trying to use
It's BARRETT.
BRA.
It's BARRETT.
Your phonetic alphabet just absolutely just destroyed my brain. BRR.
BA.
B.
Here, let me
A.
grab my license for you.
Yeah, because that's not doing it. So, okay, cool.
The way she stumbles over her own name, repeating phonetic letters in panic, it says a lot. She's not grounded in reality. That moment wasn't funny, it was tragic. You're listening to someone unravel in real time.
Where you live at?
I live up in Groveport.
Okay. So you came down from Groveport to come in here to contact him to
Just to
try
talk
and
to him.
solve some issues?
Yeah.
Did he ever say, "Hey, don't come over here" or anything like that?
He hasn't been talking to me for the past almost year and a half because of her, and every time I try to talk to him, she gets involved. So I don't know. I just came, like I said, I just came to talk to him.
Did he have any idea you were coming over here?
No.
She admitted he didn't invite her, hadn't spoken to her in over a year, and still she came pounding on his door. That's not love, that's obsession. An obsession can be dangerous if left unchecked.
But when I came over, he locked the door and wouldn't even answer the door.
Okay. Then what happened after that? He locked the door.
I continued to knock and ring the doorbell, and she opened the door, and things got physical between her and I.
Okay. What exactly happened?
I tried to push her back so that I could try and talk to him.
There's that. All right. So you guys were there on the porch?
It happened all at the front door, yeah.
Okay. Like, did anybody, like, did it happen inside the house, or just all right there on the
Well,
front porch?
it started
by the front door?
it started at the front door, and then it ended up on the porch.
Trying to push someone aside to get into their home is not okay. The moment she put hands on the woman of the house, it became a threat, not a misunderstanding. I'm glad law enforcement didn't brush that aside.
He started pushing me, and he's like, call 911, I want a restraining order, this and that.
Okay. So, but initially banged on the door. He looked out, saw you, shut the door, didn't want to come to the door. So then all of a sudden she comes out, opens up the door.
And things just got physical between her and I.
And then you pushed her first, and then...
Well, I didn't like push her. I just gently like pushed her to the side so that I could come in and talk to him. And that's when things between her and I, because then
She openly admitted to getting pissed off and laying hands on her. That's not accidental. That's someone who made a conscious decision to cross a line and then kept going.
like literally just went like that.
Okay.
And that's when I got pissed off and I started laying hands on her.
Okay.
I mean, I wasn't trying to be mean. I wasn't trying to be physical. I'm done with the situation.
What's going on?
Hey, come in. Yeah, this has been something. Look at this shit, man.
Okay,
What happened? She came up on the porch, and I kept telling her, I said, don't answer. I have passed with this girl. She's a friend of mine.
Michael's words, she was a friend of mine, say it all. He's trying to distance himself while calming the storm she brought. You can hear how much this whole situation wore him down.
Well, it's a friend of mine.
And I can
Oh, man, yes, sir.
sorry. Hate to come here and first.
Oh, no, you're good, man. I totally understand. Sam, you get it, man.
I got it. I got my hand.
So she tried to open the door. Sam's like, no, you can't come in. My daughter's upstairs. She's like, we have a 3-year-old. She busts open the door. She tries to push her. She has marks on her. I had to get in between her and her. She scratched the shit out of me. She was choking her. And she's shooken up.
What's your name, sir?
This is my
Is it
house.
Michael?
Yes, Michael. I don't know how she even found out where I live.
As a father, this part crushed me. My daughter's upstairs. He kept saying it like a prayer. To see your child's peace shattered by someone you once knew is an unbearable betrayal.
I haven't talked to this girl since last year. Jesus.
What's her name?
Alexander? It's either Alexander or Michaela.
Oh, something else. 'Cause she
Yeah,
has another
I know her
thing.
last name is Barrett. Barrett, I believe.
Where's she from?
She's from like Groveport, I think. Last time I heard, she lived with her mom. I don't know how she got my address.
When's the last time you've seen her?
She made contact with me during my divorce proceeding, which was August 11th of last year. That is the last time she showed up unannounced at court, and I had to have her removed.
The fact she showed up at his divorce hearing uninvited should have been a massive red flag. Some people take kindness as an invitation to trespass on your life. He should have gotten protection back then.
I haven't heard from her since, or talked to her. I've got her blocked on everything.
You came to the door? Mm-hmm. Was the door open?
I opened the door because she wouldn't stop knocking, and my 3-year-old
She
was
kept
asleep.
knocking on doors?
Yeah, like I'm talking like hard ass pounding, ringing the doorbell over and over, and I'm like, dude, you gotta knock it off. I have a 3-year-old. What do you
You
want?
opened the door.
Yeah, and then she shoved me back, grabbed.
You opened this door?
Yeah, and
Okay.
then she like shoved me back and grabbed my throat.
The physical confrontation, shoving, choking, should never happen at someone's front door. A home should be a sanctuary, not a battleground.
And then that's when I hollered for Michael, and then I ended up like shoving her and grabbing her throat. I'm like, dude, you
So
need
you
to
guys
leave.
ended up in the house?
We probably,
Almost.
yeah.
Right in here?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
were you on the porch or in the house?
Like she shoved me back in
Right
this
here,
way, and
right
Michael
there.
came to get her back out so we could shut the door.
She got her finger stuck, but I was trying to get her. I was like, get out of my
You
house.
injured at all? You
Yes.
get some scratches?
Yeah, she
you
like
got some
grabbed my
She
wrist,
got me the worst, though.
and then she grabbed my throat
You
too.
guys want to charge this file against her?
Yes, absolutely. I don't want her anywhere near my house. We have a 3-year-old. I have kids, man.
I'll give you this back. I'll be back. I'm going to go get him in cuffs so I can get her in cuffs so I can get out of here.
Thank you, sir.
We got
You and her, then he got into it as well?
So I'm gonna backtrack. I actually have police reports on her.
When he said, we have a 3-year-old in this house, everything else faded for me. That poor child. These kinds of events leave scars, even if they don't remember them.
From when she's been stalking me.
Just hang tight right there, okay?
says you guys sort of passed with her. He ain't seen her since August last year. She shows up here, beating on the door. She opens the door, but she's pounding on it, and she pushes her way in. They both have injuries. They don't charge file.
What? Okay.
So
She was in Groveport
yes. She's doing what here?
to contact him, and they haven't contacted at all. He has not contacted her.
Sounds
She
like-
just shows up randomly. to talk to him because he's with another girl.
Probably needs to find one. So, she's kind of walk there. Ma'am, come back here.
I'll just go into my car real quick.
Right here. Just put your fingerprinted, okay? Place your hands on your back. Take this purse off there. Careful.
Palms together. There we go.
So good. Lost weight.
Oh, there's it.
It's like 2 blocks of guys.
It's clear this woman's been spiraling for a while. Police reports, social media harassment, obsessive behavior. I pray she gets help, but more importantly, that this family gets protection and peace.
Do you have any weapons on you and your person? Any guns, knives, bombs, CNC devices, psychic fighters, anything like that? Examine your pockets just to make sure.
I'm about.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna grab your purse here in a second. We're gonna have a seat in the patrol car, and we can get everything figured out here.
I have a police report
Just face the car for me.
where I live.
Okay.
Saying she's been stalking me. I'm actually not my call to the address. I wasn't trying to like run or anything.
Yeah, good. Have a seat for me. I'll grab your purse. Is that alright if I come in?
Yeah. Sorry. We're just a little shook up.
I know you talked to the other officer, so just give me the rundown, like what happened.
I have no idea.
You could tell she was emotional, but remorse only counts when it comes before the damage, not after. You don't get to cry your way out of accountability.
This girl and I used to be friends years ago, okay? She showed up unannounced at my divorce proceeding last year, August 11th. I don't know how she got my address. I haven't talked to her since.
That was back in August of last year?
Yeah. And I guess the only thing I seen is her and her struggling because she was trying to come in the house. This is my house, man. We have a 3-year-old upstairs. So I got in the middle of it trying to, get them away and just try to slam the door on her, so she don't come up in the house. She started swinging on her. She got marks all over me.
Yeah, okay.
I said,
Did all this happen like right here?
Yeah, right here.
Okay.
She got about right here. And I kept trying to get the door. I said, Sam, get back. I was trying to push her back. And she got her fingers right here. And I start pushing the door. I mean, she probably has marks on her from it. I wouldn't doubt it. But I said, get the fuck out of my house. And she wouldn't leave. And then she sat right there on the porch. And that's when I called you guys. Okay. So I'm like, I'm not doing this. This is, I don't know.
She's trying to claim that you guys are boyfriend girlfriend for the last 5 years. You stopped talking for a little bit, so she just comes down here from Groveport completely unannounced to talk to you because you harassed her.
Yeah, no, she's actually made like 3 different Facebooks to try to contact me. She's even gone as far as like contacting my baby daddy, trying to make up some story about Michael. And then I blocked her each time. But no, she kept like knocking on the door, like hammering the door, ringing the doorbell. My baby's asleep. So I answered the door and I was like, can you please leave? And at that time, she's like shoved on me trying to get in the house. And I was like shoved back. I'm like, no, my daughter's in here.
The backstory is heartbreaking. What began as friendship turned into toxic fixation. I've seen this before in life. It never ends well unless boundaries are firmly enforced.
And then she grabbed me by my throat, and that's when I was for Michael.
We've never been together. Me and her were just friends. Me and her have been together over a year now. And we lived together. So I'm like, she don't even know I don't know how she got my address. She's blocked on everything.
Okay.
I mean, I'm a reserve.
Do you have any injuries, ma'am?
Yeah.
I got a scratch there.
Yeah, she went to grab up my watch because Michael told me to call the cops. So I was trying to use my watch, and she grabbed up my wrist, threw my glasses off, broke them. I think I got them fixed, though. Maybe not. But
I was trying to separate them two, and she got me a couple times.
Okay. Yeah, because the way she was describing it was like she banged on the door, you didn't answer the door, she came and answered the door. She was like describing like everything happened here, and then kind of here.
Nope. I had to get in the middle of them two to separate them because I didn't want any issues. I just wanted to get off my property.
and she wasn't. She was just pushing back on me, trying to get in the house, and I kept telling her, I got a baby in here. And
We have a 3-year-old upstairs.
So how did she get inside exactly?
she was just pushing on me, grabbing, like I said, she grabbed on my
she
throat.
was right here. Sam, can you step where the officer is? Sorry.
Yeah,
We're just trying to reenact this. She was like this, trying to push like this. I got in between them two like this, trying to push her back and push her out the door. And then when we finally got her out the door, she kept swinging at her, and I was trying to separate them two, and that's probably how she got me. And then I kept trying to...
She kept pounding, trying to get in, and when the door opened, she exploded. What mother wouldn't defend her child and her home in that moment? She did what any of us would.
Closed the door, and she was like this, trying to push open the door, and that's when we got her fingers. You probably see marks all over her fingers. And I was just trying to get the door shut. I was literally like this, trying to push them two back.
Okay. All right.
So
you guys want to fill out a written statement?
yeah.
So I kind of had
just pressed with this one.
I kind of had to improvise. These are normally crash report statements, but I'm all out of the regular forms, but it's pretty much kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Just a couple things you don't really have to worry about. I need each one of your guys' name, birth date, address, phone number, and then you can just basically use the grids. So you put your name, birth date, address, phone number, and then skip down and just give me a description as far as what exactly happened.
Yeah.
And then you just sign somewhere on the bottom or something to that effect.
You go get a couple things.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing on it. But we're just watching the game.
No, you're fine.
Bengals now.
What's your name, sir?
It's Michael Butcher.
Did you guys ever have any kind of relationship, or is it just friends?
Friends.
Is there any reason why she would be inclined to think that you guys have been in a boyfriend-girlfriend?
I mean, we had a friends with benefits type of thing at one point.
Okay, that's...
Years,
Yeah.
years ago, though.
Okay.
And she showed up unannounced at my divorce proceeding last year, and I was just completely shocked. I was like, why are you even here? I said, and then she said she found it because she searched public record. I mean, divorce proceedings are always public record anyways. But we had never dated. I don't. If she says she has text messages, please, I'd love to see them. I have nothing.
Michael tried to shield both women from each other and got hurt in the process. You can see the toll it took on him physically and emotionally. He just wanted peace.
I talked to her on everything. Did she say why she showed up?
I guess because you guys have stopped talking for a while, and then she basically wanted to kept on claiming that she has harassed her and all that fun stuff. Have you ever contacted her ever, like Facebook or anything?
She's messaged me a couple of different times on different, like, random Facebooks.
What kind of stuff was she saying through the messages?
She's tried to get me and Michael to break up. Like, she'd been like, Michael's cheating on you with me. What's other stuff? She tried to tell me that Michael had previous child molestation charges against him. Trying to get me to leave him. Just stuff like that.
Yeah, there's...
I know, I did
Yeah,
my
of course.
check on you.
I was a cop for 12 years.
Yeah.
She's, like I said, went as far as making a Facebook and, like, messaging my baby daddy and, like, trying to tell him the same stuff. Like, Michael has a child molestation charge. She's tried to say something about Michael's ex-wife. Just anything and everything. Getting to either, like, leave Michael or cause issues. Like I said, she's even, like I said, messaged my baby daddy, and he messaged me, and he's like, what is this about? And I'm like, dude, I don't know.
I'm noting behind Advanced Auto.
Well, it rains, it pours. So what I'm trying to ascertain is, here's what I'm thinking. I mean, she has no reason why she would be here. I mean, why would she come from Groveport all the way down here except for some kind of bad intentions?
Right.
So there's definitely a physical altercation between all you guys. I mean, once again, I think I could probably put it to where she would be the primary aggressor.
Yeah,
once again, no reason why she should be here.
The officers discussing felony burglary reminded me how thin the line can be between a domestic incident and a criminal charge that changes lives forever. She's lucky it wasn't worse.
The thing I keep on hanging up on is there a possible burglary charge as well? That's what I'm trying to finagle and figure out the
Sam,
threshold and that sort of thing.
You met you had first contact with her. All I seen was them struggling, and then that's when I ran in here to try to protect her.
Yeah.
Because she's taller than her. I mean, she can handle her own, of course, but I'm not gonna let anybody hurt her. You know.
Yeah.
It's just the natural instinct to protect her.
Yeah, I get it.
I've been trained to do this. And
Yeah,
stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, she's strong, Jesus.
Yeah, especially when emotions are all over the whack.
Yeah,
I mean,
holy shit. Honestly, I don't know if it would go that far, but definitely assault for sure.
I was gonna say at the very, very minimum it could be
At
assault.
very minimum assault, but yeah, you can see all over her, man.
Okay.
She got me good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's.
So
I'm just.
we could push the burglary portion. It's just that would be, I mean, she would go to jail tonight, be charged with burglary, and then it would have to be a speedy trial, and then everybody gets subpoenaed and all that fun stuff. But
Yeah, of course.
if you're okay with the assault portion, because I can for sure
Please
prove
do.
that.
This girl needs to be taught a lesson. I can't. I want her away from me.
Okay.
I don't know how she got my address. I don't know how she keeps bothering me. Like she doesn't understand that I don't even want friends with her anymore. She was a good friend of mine years ago when we worked at the casino, and that's when she'll tell you we met.
She keeps saying we were just friends, but shows up uninvited, attacks, and spreads lies. At some point, we have to call it what it is: harassment and emotional manipulation.
At the casino, we were friends.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
we never had a relationship. That's the thing.
Yeah, gotcha. You guys finish those up. I'm going to grab my camera. I'll be right back in, okay? All right.
Oh God, that's great.
Yeah, sorry about that. So you mentioned that the other lady had harassed you, stalked you, that sort of thing. Can you kind of go into detail about that?
So last year his divorce got finalized.
Uh-huh.
The only reason why she is involved was so he could lose everything. And I know that sounds really super crazy. But literally since she has been involved, we have not, our everything about us in trying to talk has changed.
Like since August or so?
No, since October of 2021.
Okay, gotcha.
Is when they actually started talking. Once they started talking, she started giving him all these lies about me, and you know that I'm a stalker, I'm this, I'm that. And she and his ex-wife, along with his ex-wife's best friend, has been stalking me on my parents' property, because that's where I live, is with my parents up in Groveport.
Okay.
That's why I was actually going out to my car. I wasn't trying to run or anything. I was trying to grab up police reports.
Yeah.
And I'm just.
So were they
I'm
showing
done.
up in vehicles? Are they on foot, or how were
No,
they?
they're what they're doing is, well, the first time around they were in his ex-wife's best friend's vehicle, and they circled around my parking lot. The last time they went, they were sitting in my neighbor's driveway, which is like in front of my house, because my driveway is really weird. And
could you, like, from a distance, could you, like...
She harassed his ex-wife, made fake accounts, even contacted other people in his life to spread rumors. That's not someone looking for closure. That's someone trying to cause chaos.
so it's basically...
Identify them? Like, positively identify them? Okay.
So I did not expect her to be here. I just simply came to talk to him. I wasn't trying to get violent or anything.
When's the last time you had contact with Michael in there?
This is the first I've, at this actual location here, this is the first time, but the last time I actually had physical contact with Mike was August 11th of last year. And
Okay.
things were not violent between us. We actually had a genuine conversation, but it's when
Was that like a...
32-year-old Justin Lee.
Was that a face-to-face conversation? Or like a...
Yeah, it was at his courthouse. It was at
Okay.
his divorce finalization.
Gotcha. Did you guys...
Like, we hugged, we were talking, I was holding him. I was everything. But when she's around, he is a completely different person.
Have you guys talked via telephone, text message, social media, anything like that?
He won't answer his text messages, and it's because she's around.
When's the last time you had contact with him, like text message, for example?
I don't know, because honestly, when the last time I actually tried to talk to him via text, she got involved. And they were all threats.
Okay. Now, how long ago do you think that was?
March of last year.
Okay. So you basically haven't talked to Michael in pretty much a long time, right? Can you kind of see from...
But it's all her. When
Yeah.
she's not around, he is a different person.
When's the last time you and Michael hung out, besides the divorce hearing?
2021.
Can you kind of see what I'm starting to get at?
Driving from another city unannounced after no contact for years isn't coming to talk. It's premeditated. She was hoping to stir something up, and she did.
It's a little out of place, especially if you live in Groveport. You guys haven't communicated, talked since 2021. You show up here, and then there's some kind of disorderly,
But I do want her arrested for stalking, because I know she's going to come back at one point.
You know, if the stalking is occurring in a different jurisdiction, I can't enforce that. That would be up to...
Well, my police department won't do anything.
Yeah, so, and that's basically my standpoint. So the only thing I can deal with is what happened here.
Right.
So it could go basically one of two ways, which are not great. First way it could have went would be potentially aggravated burglary and assault, or assault. Because, once again, you guys haven't communicated since 2021, and you show up here tonight, and there's definitely some type of physical altercation that occurred. They have injuries. I haven't looked at you yet, but I'm sure you probably got something out of the whole deal. But it just doesn't make any sense why you would show up here to try and contact him, and then an obvious physical altercation cuts loose. Okay, that just doesn't paint a very good picture, okay? So you are going to be arrested tonight and booked in for assault, which is a misdemeanor of the first degree. You could have went burglary, which is an F1, felony 1. We're not doing that. So that's...
Are they putting a restraining order on me?
They can apply for one, either a restraining order or a protection order. But they will have to contact the court if they have to contact the magistrate, and whether one gets issued, that's between them and the magistrate.
Am I going to be able to get released tonight?
Assault is serious, but what shook me was how close this came to being a felony burglary. All it would have taken was one step further inside, and everything would change.
It wouldn't be tonight. 68, okay. It wouldn't be tonight. Today is Saturday. No, today's Sunday. Tomorrow morning, you have court.
Okay.
So more than likely you'll probably be released. Don't hold your breath, but more than likely you'll be released tomorrow morning. So you have court at 0900 hours. Okay.
Can I make a phone call?
Where is your phone?
Wherever my purse is at.
It's up front. So you're gonna get your phone. I'll put it on speaker. That way you can talk to wherever you need to. I'll look at your hands. If you have any injuries, I'll take pictures of those. I'll take pictures of theirs, and then that's basically it. Like I said, it could go a completely different direction to go to the felony portion, which said we were basically in the threshold. So like even just another 3 inches further inside the house, that's probably where we're going to end up going. So any questions or anything for me at the moment?
Can she get charged for putting hands on me?
So here's the other part of the story here. She's lived here with Michael for who knows how long. This is their residence, this is their house. You show up from Groveport completely unannounced. They're trying to say that you were the primary aggressor. Regardless, there was some type of verbal altercation, physical altercation. So they would have, to a degree, as far as a right to defend themselves and their property. So some would defend it with a gun, which thank heavens that didn't happen, because things happen probably pretty quick. So it just ended up getting physical as far as personal weapons, hands, that sort of thing. So I'm not going to arrest her for assault because it's just
The officer explained it perfectly. This is their home. She forced her way in. Self-defense isn't just allowed. It's necessary when someone violates your space like that.
It doesn't make any sense if
Well,
you
I
were
want
trying
her
to
arrested.
get...
I want her arrested.
It's not how it's going to go.
Okay.
So I will document everything you said, document everything that they said, but
What's going to happen with my car?
it should be fine. Which one's your car?
It's the blue Pilot in front.
Right there?
Yeah.
Okay. It should be fine. It's parked legally, so there's no reason why it would get towed. It's locked, correct?
It should be.
Okay. I can also check that before we take off. I'm going to grab your phone, check your car, and I'll be right back in a few minutes, okay?
Okay.
You get the statements done?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool, man. Thank you. Yeah.
So this is who she goes by, and she's been blocked.
Okay.
And I don't have any numbers of her. I probably have numbers that she calls from, and I block them every single time.
Okay.
So yeah, that's who she goes by, but she's been blocked.
Alright, cool beans. Where were your injuries at, ma'am?
Figure I'm area.
Do you know how to apply for a protection order?
Yes, I believe
If that's
so.
something you're interested in, or I can refresh your memory.
We need to. We have kids in this house.
Yeah, I don't need that.
This
Basically,
is-
you go down to Chillicothe Municipal Courthouse
Yep.
and get a petition for a protection order,
Yeah, sure.
and then,
We'll do that.
well, with her being arrested out of a violent offense, you might be able to get an ex parte. But I just go down to the courthouse on Monday. Any other questions or anything?
No, what is she on charge of burglary?
Assault times 2. So if that's reasonable for you.
Yep, yes, sir. She needs to be talked about, man. She's crazy.
Yeah. All right. If you guys need anything else, just let us know. Okay.
Thank you.
Have a good night. Oops, sorry about that.
Old house, man.
Yeah.
Be safe.
You too.
The woman was arrested and charged with assault. If convicted, what do you believe would be an appropriate sentence?
I'm thankful the officers stayed calm and clear-headed. The family deserves peace, safety, and support. I hope they follow through with the protection order and find closure from all of this.